The story of the day, Ron, as far as we're concerned, Lewis's performance today.
Really good, wasn't it? Yeah, he did a good job. A really good job. Very disciplined race, and the strategy favoured a little bit Fernando, so Fernando was just being patient, but can't take anything away from Lewis. He did an outstanding first Grand Prix, and he really deserved the third place.
I bet you feel a bit proud, don't you?
Yeah, I could say that.
And a bit of a lump in the throat as well.
Yeah, a little bit. It's 10 years hard work by him. He's made a lot of sacrifices and pursued his dream, and it's his day. We're proud that he and Fernando are part of the team, but they're just such very nice chaps, which makes it so much more enjoyable.
Okay, I don't know if you're referring to your previous drivers there, Ron, but thanks and well done anyway.
It's pretty hard to believe that a 22-year-old on his Formula 1 debut could run so close to the benchmark driver really in Formula 1, Fernando Alonso. As we heard there from Ron Dennis, the strategy favoured Alonso a little bit, which maybe Ron believes Alonso was biding his time, but take nothing away from the performance of Hamilton. To be that close on performance through free practice and qualifying, 2/100ths of a second slower than Alonso on the low fuel quali run, matching him for lap times in the race. Is he your driver of the day?
Well, and don't forget he drilled him down into the first corner as well. His first ever Grand Prix start went around the outside. I think Nico Rosberg did an extraordinary job today, but if you look at the whole weekend and the race in general, and it's the fact that it's Lewis's debut, you have to give him driver of the day. Just a sensational performance, so exciting for everybody, especially us here on F1 ITV, and an extraordinarily mature performance over the week. He's finished 11 seconds behind Alonso. I'm sure they turned the motor down to save it for the Malaysian Grand Prix, but it bodes well for Lewis. But as I said, Rosberg, I think, did a great job.
The winner, Kimi Räikkönen, accepts the congratulations of Jean Todt, the man who signed him up for Ferrari, saw his talent quite a long way off. He likes Finnish drivers. Jean Todt used to work in rallying and developed a passion for Finns at that point. But here is the man they're all talking about. Tomorrow's newspapers, I think, will be full of this guy's face. And it's a face we're going to have to get used to over the next few years, because he is the new star of Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton, absolutely amazing performance. We have to keep our feet on the ground, because there will be difficult days as well. You cannot simply jump in at this level of Formula 1 and turn in this kind of performance every time. There'll be mistakes, there'll be some difficult moments, but what an amazing arrival on the Formula 1 scene. Herbie Blasch there, formerly boss of the Brabham team, now one of the race directors, just leading Jean Todt and Kimi Räikkönen up to the winner's podium.
I think what will bother McLaren is are those fastest laps that Kimi did when he just popped in the 125, low 125s. They were a full second and a half clear of what McLaren were doing at the time. So that's pretty ominous, that pace, but I think McLaren will still be satisfied with a good haul of points. Be interesting to see Alonso's body language on the podium, because he hasn't looked a happy bunny really all weekend, has he? You sense that he feels he's got to change a few things yet before he's going to be optimising his performance. He's still got the job done today, though.
It's a very McLaren word, optimising. Certainly a word that Ron Dennis uses a lot. And, yeah, you're absolutely right. Alonso still not quite found the sweet spot, either with the car or with these Bridgestone tyres. Remember, he had to make this changeover from Michelin's from last year, as did Kimi Räikkönen. And Räikkönen there has his 10th Grand Prix victory. Ferrari winning the final Grand Prix of last year with Massa, and the first one of this year with Räikkönen. That's
the happiest we've seen Alonso all weekend. They're standing on a set of scales there, just to be weighed with their helmet and gloves, to be added to the weight of the car when it's weighed in Parc Fermé, to make sure it's over 600 kilograms combined. Otherwise they'll get thrown out.
The crowd pours onto the track. As I said before, a huge Italian community here in Melbourne. They love their motor racing. I imagine that's Luca Di Montezemolo, the president of Ferrari, on the telephone. Kimi Räikkönen will give him a few sentences before he goes out onto the podium. Herbie Blasch wants him out there as quickly as possible. It's good to talk, Kimi, but not right now. Let's go. Let's go.
Always a great podium here in Melbourne. The crowd, they're allowed onto the track, they're underneath the drivers.